Well, some things just are out of arm's reach, and some other teams are just lucky. So, yeah, I'm not going to hold anything back tonight. Nikola Jokic is out, or was out. Let me just say, correction. I actually don't want to start on this game. I want to kind of go around the league or doing around the association, as DMVR likes to call it. But yeah, how's everybody doing tonight on this Tuesday? Well, whatever's left on this Tuesday night with 4 minutes left, because this is technically a late midnight stream. I'm gonna go to bed here soon, but I want to hear from you guys. Got the all black. It is unfortunate, but the Celtics defeat the Denver Nuggets. I believe it was 118 to 106. Yeah, I'll just do it. Fuck it. Excuse me. Yeah. So anyway, Jason Tatum with 29 points, 6 rebounds. Hold on one sec. Yeah, he had the most points tonight. 29 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds. Kristaps Porzingis had a double-double himself. Kind of was like Jokic, 25 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists. Jaylen Brown, he actually had a quiet game, 14 points, 8 and 8 though. And Jamal, yeah, it wasn't even a Jamal game. It was actually Russell Westbrook who had the best night, near double-double, 26, 9 assists, 26 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists. Peyton Watson did pretty stellar tonight. It was pretty hard. First loss of the year that I saw some positives. Yeah, absolutely, Ken. And I'm glad you're awake, but I will just say this. The fact, it's the truth. Jokic not being there, it definitely hurts. Russell Westbrook and Jamal, though, did the best he could. Jamal got taken out, I heard, near the end of the game. That really cost us. I don't know why, unless it was for rest. But, yeah, Zeke, forget Zeke. Fuck Zeke, excuse my language, but it's true. He's terrible. Saric is even probably worse. I've heard that he's just absolutely trash and that we have to get rid of him. He only played 17 minutes tonight, 0 points, 4 assists, 1 rebound. Let's see here, though. Peyton Watson, yeah, had 14 points. Julian Strother had a fair 19. DeAndre Jordan, I feel like he should have started instead, but I know when you got like a guy who's fast or young, Kristaps, who's near 30, it's going to be really impossible to kind of manage that. But yeah, let's see here. Wow, it was a crazy night, all things considered. Mainly because I thought Jokic, I didn't think that he'd be out with the illness, and I know I honestly will change that slow mode on. Let's see here. Zeke Sharich, 2 centers, 18 million wasted salary, taking on 2 roster spots. Yeah. I don't even consider Zeke a center. I mean, they put him in as center, but he really is more of a power forward, even though due to his height. But yeah, Ken, anybody here who's watching the live or replay, it's a shame that the Denver Nuggets just look so, I wouldn't even say lost, but it's just like they're winging it, man. They had it tied by halftime, and I'm like, okay, there's some hope. Just got to stay cool and composed, or hopefully we won't give the Celtics, the hot hand. But I think it was mainly Jason Tatum, I heard, who got late. I actually got to rewatch the highlights. I don't like Jason Tatum either. I know there's a lot of people who are either divided on him. Some say he's good in moments or certain times, but I really don't like him. Tries too hard to be a wannabe LeBron. So there's that issue. But other than that, the key positive, I really do think Russ, I'll just say it, he's the best, better than Murray at point guard. When you put Jamal at shooting guard, Christian at the 3, MPJ at the 4, which I think MPJ thrives on being at the 4 more or less, but we always have AG out there, so it's kind of tough to argue that. The overall point, and it doesn't matter if this is a statement win or not, like they didn't have Jokic, so I don't really count this, but yeah, a loss is a loss. I mean, the Nuggets, it could have been much worse. It could have been a blowout, but it's a fair game. Everybody was taking wise shots. I heard that Jamal, I actually got to look at this here. Let me go to ESPN. I don't like looking at them, but man, it gives me everything. For the plus minuses of this game, I believe the Nuggets at least had some quality players. Like I think Russ might have been in the positive, unless he wasn't. I'll double check. Jason Tatum is a plus 23. That's insane. Russell Westbrook, wow, minus 10. The only player, actually, it says here the only player who was a plus tonight was DeAndre Jordan. Everybody else was in the minus. Yeah, I mean, when you're losing it happens. But MPJ was a minus 16, unfortunately. He was 2 for 7. Yeah, rough night for MPJ. 5 for 13 field goals, 2 for 7 from three. Jamal hit 1 3-pointer. Russell Westbrook he hit 4 for 9 3-pointers, 9 out of 18. So I got to give player of the game if we did win to Russell Westbrook. But yeah, guys, it's just one of those losses that when Jokic just unfortunately gets sick, and it's going around everywhere. Even my dad's sick. I'm not anymore, thankfully, but had a little bit of a cough or maybe a slight fever a few weeks ago. But let's see. Suns and the Hornets. This is going to be the second segment around the association. So if we want to trade, like this is also going to have a third segment where I kind of talk about trade ideas for Jamal in the offseason. So hopefully we can get to that. But real quick, yeah, the Suns are just on a bad losing streak, 104 to 115 in Charlotte for the Suns. Yeah, they're not looking good even with KD. You got Bradley Beal coming off the bench, and that contract is quote cancerous. It is so terrible that the Suns they were riding so high. They thought they were going to be like a top tier team this season, but yeah, they're even worse. Losing to the Hornets, that's pretty tough. Ken Patterson, is D Fox on the market? Would you make the move to option to move off Murray next season? Yeah, I would. Hell yeah. You know what's crazy is I asked Ryan Blackburn. I don't know if you were on that Mile High Sports podcast yesterday, Ken Patterson last night, but I asked Ryan if we were to trade Murray in the offseason, who should we get? And he said best case scenario would probably be De'Aaron Fox. They're about the same age. Fox is a little younger because his birthday just happened last month in December. But if I'm being technical, okay, fine. We'll just get into the Jamal Murray trades talk stuff now, and then we'll do the rest of the around the association. But guys, the best thing we can hope for with Jamal, I hope he gets traded in this offseason because we just can't keep doing this, man. It's so terrible. Sure, the chemistry is there. The fact that Jamal is, I guess, Jokic's guy, but at the same time, it's costing the rest of the team, costing Jokic his prime, or the fact that if we don't get the chip, it's so terrible that contract stipulates, or not stipulates, it demands that he cannot be traded during anytime this season until the offseason. So it's crazy. Not even during the deadline. And we're very limited right now because we bought into the fact that thinking Murray will, show up or just be this guy for us who he was against the Lakers in the 2023 playoffs and finals. But yeah, I don't unfortunately think Jamal Murray should be on this team come this summer. If the Nuggets are truly in a desperate standard, if it goes from bad to worse, they're gonna find a way to move Murray off season. I feel like De'Aaron Fox would be the best option because they're both the same age. I'm sure the Kings, I don't know if they'll try to find a different trade partner or do something wild like they did with Bruce Brown for the Pacers story, but it's kind of crazy. So there's so many players we could possibly get, man. Like somebody was suggesting the Nuggets should get Trae Young and they would be fun with MPJ, Jokic, and Trae. I don't think that would honestly be a good fit. Somebody was actually saying Luka Doncic. I actually been thinking about this for a while. And let me know in the comments also what you guys think if Luka Doncic was on this team. The Serbian connection. Yeah, Luka is actually part Serbian or due to his dad, but he is a Slovenian basketball player. The vibes, the fact that these guys would honestly be sharing laughs or having a great time playing here. It's a shame that the league not the league, but a lot of the fans kind of hate the fact that European players are taking more popular. It's so dumb, man. And it's like racist, like comparing like blacks, like whites and all this. Like I kind of know how it feels, when so many people are just like, oh, wow, this guy's obviously a different skin color compared to the majority of the NBA, or he's not from America and they want to make fun of whatever country he's from. It's so terrible, dude. But yeah, guys, seriously, Luka Doncic would fit really well, or at least I hope he would. And probably not try to complain or bitch to the refs too much, but yeah, I mean, if Luka Doncic and Jokic were to team up, it would be nice to see. It'd be like maybe like a Kobe and Shaq. Who knows how many rings they would win together? It'd be great to see though. So there is that idea if Luka Doncic and Jokic were to team up. Another option. Someone suggested, like, this is actually another thing we should do. If we could get Derek White, and Derek White, not just as a shooting guard, but the point guard for us. would be amazing, and he's a good playmaker too. I always thought Joker and Luca would end up on the same team. Says Ken. Luca perimeter defense is an issue. Yeah, Luca's perimeter defense. I'm just gonna outright say it. Luca is atrocious on defense alone, and it's killing. Not killing us. It's killing the Mavericks. And to say that's also what factored into the NBA Finals loss for the Mavericks. Yeah, the Mavs wouldn't have stood a chance anyway against the Celtics. What's with, Kyrie's ego, or just, man, the Mavs just kind of got beat down. And when the Celtics took advantage of that to get some revenge on Kyrie, it really showed. So I wouldn't want Kyrie. Somebody was thinking Steph Curry. Imagine if Steph Curry and Jokic teamed up. Yeah, no, Golden State would never do that, and Denver would not want Steph Curry anyway. But let's see. Players, somebody was suggesting D'Angelo Russell, and I'm like, yeah, that would not work at all. I'm trying to think of the best case scenarios. We can get Drew Holiday, it would be cool, but yeah, he's locked in with that big contract that the Celtics gave him. Don't tell Santa Cruz. I thought Malone didn't coach well today. Why is that? Don't tell Santa Cruz. I mean, if we're being fair right now, the Nuggets are just so lost, it seems. And when it comes down to, yeah, without Jokic, without Murray, and maybe even without Malone, who knows how this goes, man? Like, the simple fact is that they've been here since the beginning. Like, well, Jokic and Malone, that is. Jamal came after, but everybody knows that they've been together for almost, 10 years? And it's insane to think that the Nuggets right now, when they won the championship, it was like so beautiful to see. Everybody's just happy. They came together. This was something about being selfless, and they lost that hunger now. And I feel like it's just from when you win the championship, you get comfortable. They did good things last season, but it wasn't enough, or wasn't warranting anything more than where they got to, which was losing game 7 to the Minnesota Timberwolves. And I feel like as of right now, it's very costly, to say the least, because I think that the Denver Nuggets, they're way better than giving credit. Because look, this could be a train wreck of the season right now. They could be 8-22. They could be like 5. I mean, not 5. That would be ridiculous with Jokic, but it could be way worse. I mean, the Nuggets are really good if they're the 4th or 5th seed. The Lakers, I think, also lost. What was it, yesterday? Or no, yeah, to the Mavericks. Several hours ago. Yeah, the Mavericks defeated the Lakers 118-97. I want to get back on track with this around the association though, but with all the trade offers, I just don't know if. Let me know what you guys also think. Who would fit on this team with Nikola Jokic? It could be Zach LaVine. It could be. Thinking of all the possible guards. We don't need Jimmy Butler here. I like Jimmy, except that wouldn't work out. Jeremy Sochan, take every point guard from around the league and see if they would fit. SGA, shooting guard or point guard, he would fit well, obviously. With Murray's contract, will there be cap space to re-sign CVP Watts? Rather, I don't know, man. Their rookie contracts, yeah, that's going to be a bit tough. I think it should be fine. I'm not saying that we're going to give him a max deal anyway, because they're not that kind of player, but seriously, for them, that's a good question, Ken, because I just don't think with Murray's contract, when you commit that much, $200 million for 4 years for that type of player, 208 million, whatever it is, I think it's terrible, because it's just like, you don't even know if this guy's going to really, quote, stay in the NBA, or what happens if he just doesn't take this seriously anymore, with the UFC scandals or all that talk, and Jamal just not being a team guy. It's like everything from acting childish lately is pretty easy to say about Jamal lately. But yeah, guys, let me know in the comments or in the live chat replay, whatever it is, where or who could fit with Joker. Because yeah, that's the end of the Jamal Murray talks. I want to focus now on the around the association. The Rockets scored really high, 135-112 against the Wizards on the road in DC. Asar Thompson. Wow, this is crazy. Asar Thompson, 7 for 8 field goals. You got Alperen Şengün, 12 of 23 with 26. Jalen Green with 10 for 22. Jeff Green, let's see here. The Rockets, they're red hot, bro. If we we're like the Rockets right now, where they rebuilt around good young players, had good guys like Jeff Green as a vet off the bench. Oh man, it would be so nice to have again. But yeah, Jeff had to leave or chose to have a better deal, and that's fine. I mean, if he still wants to keep playing, that's good. Good on him, man. Let's see though. For the Denver Nuggets, oh no, I don't want to keep going on to that. Oh yeah, he's okay. So picking back up, the Lakers and Mavericks. I don't think Kyrie or Luca played. Let's see though. The Mavericks are 21-16. Let's take a look though, shall we? LeBron James 6 for 12. He was a -12. Wow. Anthony Davis is a -19. Austin Reeves is a -25. That's ridiculous. Uh, yeah. Overall, bad for game for the Lakers. Yeah, so no Kyrie, no Luka Doncic, PJ Washington with 22 points. I think him and Quentin Grimes. Yeah, Quentin Grimes with a plus 13 had 23 points. Dwight Powell with 0 points, but he's a +4. Derek Lively. The Mavericks, they're actually rebuilt pretty well. They just need to figure out if, you know, what's going to fit for them. They got Najee Marshall, I know, from the Pelicans. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Mavs can get back up there. Lakers lose to Mavs without Gafford, Luca, Kyrie. Yeah, it's true. The I think it's just fair to say that the Mavs still are a team to beat, just because they were Western Conference champions and went to the finals last year. So it's definitely fun to notice how when you got teams like that, what else can you do? We're still pretty dominant. I'm not saying they're the best team in the league, but they're still pretty high. So them or OKC. Well, that'll actually be interesting if OKC and Dallas face off again. But yeah, looking at everything else, we got the Timberwolves who barely beat the Pelicans 104-97. They've benched Mike Conley now, uh, primarily because it lets Ant flow better for the offense. And he's just attacking. He's just doing everything that Ant usually will go out and do best. So yeah, for the Timberwolves right now, let's see here. They're 19-17. They're not as good as the Nuggets, but they've got Dante DiVincenzo starting with Anthony Edwards, McDaniels, Gobert, Randall. Man, Gobert should have been tossed. I think it was the last game yesterday against the Clippers. Yeah, Gobert like throwing an elbow or forearm, back arm, whatever, against Ivica Zubac. Yeah, that was terrible. It's like he even did the same thing to Christian Brown or just kind of grabbing him around the neck. Like, I hate the fact that Rudy Gobert gets away with a lot of this shit, but if it was Jokic or anybody else, they would probably get tossed or fined. It's terrible. So the Hawks and the Jazz. Wow. Actually, I want to mention this because the Hawks, Trey Young is clutch because he just threw up a 3-pointer like Steph Curry from half court, throws a heave right at the buzzer, a half court shot. It was beautiful to say the least. And yeah, they defeat the Jazz in Utah. I think the Hawks are a sleeper team in the East because yeah, they're not that great, but they can still definitely win a series, maybe even get back to the Eastern Conference Finals if their team is truly ready. But refs didn't even review the Rudy elbow. I know, and I hate Rudy Gobert to the point where it's just like, dude, this guy is such a fucking prick. Excuse my language, but yeah, I don't like Rudy Gobert. He is so dirty of a player. I just don't know how that the refs just never call it, man, for Rudy Gobert against him. I mean, like seriously, how is this guy not even what is it? He was originally drafted even by the Nuggets but traded. But yeah, I just don't think he would fit anywhere like the when he was with Utah. I mean, it looked like he was doing well, but then they lost to the Clippers and they blew that team up. He gets traded then to Minnesota. I just don't know what it takes, man. But Minnesota's definitely not. I know we'll get a revenge if we face off Minnesota. The Nuggets are going to be hungry to beat them this time, and I know for sure we're going to win. Like I said, yeah, the Celtics, uh, the Nuggets lost to the Celtics 118-106. It's tough, but what can you do? Like we got another back to back tomorrow, later today actually, against the Clippers, so it should be fun to watch. And we've never lost on a back to back. That's a fun fact. So I think we'll be okay, but everything else, all jokes aside, the Nuggets just we miss Jokic. Hopefully he'll be back soon or ASAP. I'm not sure if it's a serious illness or not, but we're definitely gonna have to check more into it. This is the one though. The Heat defeat the Warriors in Golden State 114, and it's a Munder against Golden State to only 98 points. Wow. Let's get into it. Bam Adebayo for 9 for 14 shots was a plus 18. He had 19 points though. Pretty good game overall. Tyler Hero was kind of rough. 4 for 14, but he had 14 points. Terry Rozier 4 for 12. Jaime Jaquez, I think he's definitely a great pick that the Miami Heat drafted. JJJ, 7 for 12. He was 1 for 3. Let's see, 1 for 3 from 3. He's a -3 though, but he has 18 points. Nikola Jovic, another Nikola. Maybe he's Jokic's long lost brother, but 8 for 17, and he's a plus 25 with 20 points off the bench. I think, yeah, Golden State is just on a bad, not even a skid. It's just a complete losing streak because they've lost some games. Like they even lost, what is it, yesterday to the Kings. So really disappointing. I've seen Steve Kerr getting angry because he's like trying to defend Draymond for saying he set a good screen or what is it, didn't hurt Keon Ellis. But I don't like Steve Kerr for that, even though I respect him as a coach, but it's pretty terrible. Rudy licking the microphone before done initial interview, giving him. Yeah. I just remember even the funny meme of Rudy Gobert just going like air touching the microphones in that interview. It was so funny back in 2020. But yeah, guys, it was pretty bad. It's all Rudy's fault, by the way, that the league got shut down with coronavirus. So what can you do? But yeah, guys, the Miami Heat. Let's take a look at the standings, actually, shall we? So as of right now, the Cleveland Cavaliers, yeah, they're still the best team. I want to see if they're who are they playing? Oh yeah, they do play. Today they play OKC, so that should be a fun battle of the top two teams. OKC versus Golden State. Who will win? I'm pretty sure it'll be Cleveland, but if OKC surprises anybody, and fuck you, Swipa, for saying that OKC is not the best team. Swipa apparently, if you don't know who Swipa Cam is, this guy is so annoying, but he's apparently like, yeah, this team is not it. I'm like, no, bro, you're joking. Because if you're gonna say that OKC is not the best team with a winning streak, or just explain why they're better than us right now, the Nuggets. Don't even don't fucking lie about that shit, bro. Like you're an old ass man who likes Harris. It's just so terrible, bro. Like I don't like Swipe Cam. So enough about him. But getting back to it, guys, yeah, I don't really know why I watch him. I just watch him for probably content reasons. But yeah, the Nuggets are the 4th seed. The Grizzlies are right ahead of us by like 3 games. OKC's number 1. The Rockets are the 2nd seed. Dallas is 5th. So if we face against them in the first round, that would be extremely rough. And if we faced OKC, I don't think we would be able to defeat them, but we'll see. OKC winning without their center is mind blowing. Yeah, but it's because of SGA though, Ken. And it's true. Yeah, without Chet Holmgren, I mean, they're using Hardenstein, but he's still kind of undersized, or he still plays like small ball. So I could see why. Wow, this is pretty terrible. So I'm looking at the standings. New Orleans is the worst team. You got Utah. Portland is right behind, right ahead of them. Sacramento and Phoenix are neck and neck. For like, it's terrible. You've got Golden State, San Antonio. Like the West is a mess, and I'll just say it because you got teams that are good, like San Antonio, Minnesota, the LA Clippers. The Lakers and the LA Clippers are fighting for probably the 6th seed if whoever gets into the play-in, because they're both 10.5 games behind. Yeah, overall, it's not looking pretty good. Washington is still the worst team in the league. Who cares? Yeah, who gives a shit at Washington, man? Like Jordan Poole is terrible. Like I can see now why they wanted Golden State wanted to get rid of him, but you've got Toronto and Charlotte. Brooklyn and Philadelphia are just below at 11 and 12. Let's see here. Top 5 teams. You got Cleveland, you got Boston, New York, Orlando, and Milwaukee. And what I'm thinking, the playoffs are going to be interesting. Or if it was an NBA Finals, it's anybody's game. And there's no question as to why it's been 6 different teams within the last several or 5 years since the Warriors lost. It's been the Raptors, the Lakers. Who was it? It was the Bucks, the Warriors, the Nuggets, and yeah, the Celtics just won it recently. So we'll have to see, guys. I don't want to keep going on, but yeah, OKC. That is a true ass statement and comment, Ken. It's just ridiculous to see like why the Denver Nuggets Like, if we didn't have Jokic right now, can you imagine if this team was without Jokic and we'd be winning like crazy? I mean, it would be nice, but what can you do? So, yeah, they got another back to back actually for the games tonight. This should be fun because, hold on. Thunder are playing the Cavs in Cleveland. I'm definitely going to tune into that game before work, hopefully. You got the Wizards and 76ers that will be, eh, I wouldn't care for that one. Chicago versus Indiana should be a fun one. And yeah, the Clippers are coming into town later tonight, so definitely some games to watch. I would hope, and I say this with confidence, I would hope the Nuggets have some hunger to win. OKC has 5 first-round picks in this coming draft. Yeah, they have a lot of tradable, not tradable. They have a lot of assets, and I think right now for OKC being the best team, they're in a great position if they're going to keep using that depth or all the roster spots. So we shall see what they do. But yeah, guys, this is Mr. Exquisite Nugget signing off. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Share the video. Just comment, rate, and subscribe. I appreciate you guys, especially shout out to Ken. If he's still here, don't tell Santa Cruz. But yeah, guys, the Nuggets, I'm sure we'll be fine. But seriously, it's just been disappointing ever since seeing Murray just have a lackluster season. And it's not even the injuries, it's just his underperformance. And everybody's kind of pretty much sick of it at this point. So yeah, guys, another game. We got the Clippers. Hopefully, AG will hear some words or even on Jokic if he'll be okay. But yeah, guys, stay tuned for more content. We'll probably do another post game midnight show like this tomorrow. Other than that, guys, this is Mr. Exquisite Nugget. Have a good night and go Nuggets.